So today we're talking about filming your turkey hunts. We love to film. Filming has become so popular in the outdoor industry. So today we're going to talk about two different setups. One is when you're filming in a blind, and another when you're in run and gun situations. Let's get to it. So this is what a typical blind setup looks like. You can kind of picture a blind around us. Wanted to film it without a blind so you could see easier, but we'll have the hunter on the left, the guy who's filming, guy or gal who's filming on the right. Typically, if it's a righty, they're gonna open up towards you, whether shooting with a bow or a gun, so you're able to capture some of that B-roll. So that's the first thing, the seating. Usually we have the film guy on the right and the hunter on the left. So camera-wise, we have our main camera here, our A camera, typically with a bigger lens, and this is gonna film pretty much everything out in the field. Now I wanna touch on audio with the main camera because audio is incredibly important, especially in the spring. There's a lot of sounds of birds and turkeys gobbling and just all sorts of stuff that's really important to capture when you're filming a turkey hunt. So we typically, on our main camera, will run a shotgun microphone as well as a wireless microphone, which is on the hunter. That way we can capture kind of his reaction, but we can also capture the sounds of the field with the shotgun microphone. In addition to that, we like to use a GoPro that we will put on some sort of a mini tripod like this. A lot of times we'll just put it down in front here, facing both of us, and this will capture pretty much everything that's happening during the hunt in the blind. You can also use something like this, which is a clamp. You can clamp it on the edge of the blind and face it towards you. It's another way to do it. One thing that's great about the GoPro, and I don't have it with me, but they make a little remote that turns it on and also starts recording. So I'll literally keep that right on my lap, and if a turkey's coming in and there's some action that we need to capture, I turn it on the GoPro right from my lap, I hit record, and then I don't have to worry about capturing anything that's happening in the blind at the time. I can just focus on running my main camera and capturing what's happening in the field. In addition to having the main camera and the GoPro, I'll usually have another DSLR, which is what I'm filming on right now, but I'll have that just sitting loose in the blind, and that way I can capture the hunter a little bit, some B-roll stuff in the blind if we need to do an interview. So I'll have a shotgun microphone on that. I'll do an interview with him, just kind of handheld. And then any other handheld stuff, usually it's a wider lens, any other handheld stuff that I want to do in the blind, I'll use my second camera. So that's pretty much our camera setup when we're filming in a blind. Now I want to move on to more of a run and gun setup because it is a little bit different. So run and gun setup, one thing you'll notice is that much lower. I still have my chair here, but a lot of times we'll just be right on the ground. So the camera is much lower to the ground. We'll still have our main camera with the wireless mic and the shotgun mic, wireless mic on the hunter. A lot of times the hunter will be out in front a little bit because he's gonna be handling most of the action, and then we're just kind of filming in the background. One thing that we love to use, these are like a ghillie suit sheet. What we can do is we can just kind of wrap this around the camera. We'll usually make a hole for the lens, and then I can kind of cover up. I can even cover up myself. And that way, as turkeys are moving around, we don't have the blind around us. We can kind of cover ourselves up. I also like to use the GoPro and run and gun on this type of tripod because it's very, very light and it's very easy. I can just put it out, set it on the ground, face it toward the hunter and let it go. And then I have my remote again that if I have action coming in, power on, hit record. I'm not worried about that. That's capturing us, and I can just focus on filming the turkey. One thing that I mentioned before is that audio is incredibly important when it comes to any film, but particularly spring turkey hunting. And so we always have our headphones with us, and we're monitoring the audio to make sure that we can hear everything that's going on, make sure our levels are right, make sure there's no weird noise. That way we can correct it, because once you go into post, you can correct certain things, but a lot of it you can't. So it's very, very important to monitor your audio while you're in the field. So one final tip, and this has to do with the decoy setup. So we like to face our decoys toward us. And this is a tip that you can use when you're doing a lot of filming or when you're bow hunting specifically. If you face the decoys toward you, typically the turkey will come in and he likes to get to the head of the turkey that he thinks is a turkey, it's the decoy, and he'll face his back toward you. Usually he's fanned out, and this gives you an opportunity to kind of move your camera around a little bit or draw your bow without being seen. If you face the decoy out, the turkey's most likely going to be facing you. You'll have no opportunity to draw your bow or move your camera to get in position. So hopefully this video will help you as you're out filming your turkey hunts this season. Good luck out there. We look forward to seeing your turkey videos.